All right, let's dive in. We're going to be looking at some of the most legendary aircraft ever built. And I mean, these aren't just planes. They're true icons, pieces of engineering that literally shaped history.
Yeah, we're talking about machines that completely shattered the limits of what anyone thought was possible. They didn't just meet the standards of their day. No way. They created them. These are the planes that truly conquered the sky.
So that brings up a really interesting question, right? Is it all about raw speed? Is it game-changing tech? Or maybe incredible endurance? What is it? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out as we look at 5 legendary aircraft, each a master in its own unique way.
Okay, let's kick things off with a real clash of philosophies, something that's defining air combat right now. Is it better to have the smartest jet in the sky or the ultimate down-and-dirty dogfighter? $400 billion. Let that sink in. That's the estimated price tag for the F-35 Lightning II program, just for the U.S. military. I mean, that makes it, by a long shot, the most expensive defense project ever. So you have to ask, what on earth are they getting for all that cash?
See, the thing about the F-35 is that it's not just a fighter jet. It's more like a flying supercomputer. It sucks in information from all its sensors and blends it into one perfect picture of the battlefield. And that helmet? It's incredible. It projects everything, data, camera feeds, right onto the visor, so the pilot can literally look down and see through the floor of the plane. You're not just flying a jet anymore. You're the commander of the entire mission.
And you know, even for these Top Gun pilots, flying this thing is just awe-inspiring. It's a great reminder that inside this absolute marvel of technology, there's still a person in there experiencing something that almost nobody on this planet ever will.
But here's the thing. For all its high-tech wizardry, the F-35 is really just one way of thinking about air combat. There's a whole other school of thought, a more old-school approach, that's all about something completely different, just pure, raw performance.
And this really gets to the heart of the debate in modern air combat. You've got the F-35, the brains, designed to outthink the enemy and win the fight before it even starts. And then you have the MiG-29, the brawn, a beast of a machine built for one thing and one thing only, to get up close and personal and absolutely dominate a dogfight.
You know, even though this design is 40 years old, a lot of experts will tell you the MiG-29 is pretty much unbeatable in a close-quarters fight. Its engines are just so powerful for its size that it can literally punch a hole in the sky and go straight up like a rocket. It's just pure, gut-punching agility.
So, to really understand where these two ideas, the brains and the brawn, came from, we've got to jump in the time machine and head back to the Cold War.
Picture this. It's the early 1950s. American forces basically own the skies over Korea. They've got total air superiority. And then, everything changes. This plane shows up out of nowhere. The MiG-15. It was small, it was fast, and it was unbelievably nimble.
So what was its secret? Well, it was all about this one key innovation, the swept wing. See, as you get close to the speed of sound, straight wings create a ton of drag. But by angling them back, the designers figured out how to cheat the wind, letting the MiG-15 fly super fast while staying controllable. Such a simple idea, right? But it was totally revolutionary. It changed jet design forever and turned the MiG-15 into an absolute legend.
And the MiG-15 had one job, and one job only, to hunt down and shoot down the massive American bombers flying high overhead. And the king of those bombers, well, that plane represents a totally different way to become an ultimate aircraft.
So let's talk about the B-52 Stratofortress. First up, its projected service life, 90 years. I mean, think about that. Grandkids could end up flying the exact same planes their grandparents flew. Next, its maximum weight, a staggering 220 tons. This thing is a true flying fortress, a heavyweight champ that carries a massive, absolutely devastating payload. And finally, its range, without refueling, over 14,000 kilometers. This bomber was built to take off from the US and hit literally any target on the planet. And that combination, payload, range, and just pure stubborn longevity, that's what makes it a legend.
Of course, a plane this iconic has to have a nickname. Its crews have lovingly called it the Buff for decades, and trust me, it earned that name through sheer tough-as-nails endurance.
Okay, so we've looked at fighters and we've looked at bombers, but being ultimate isn't always about dropping bombs. Sometimes it's about being the plane that makes the whole mission possible in the first place. Take the Airbus A400M. This thing is a massive leap forward. Just look at the cargo space. It can carry almost double what its predecessor could. That means you can haul heavy gear, like helicopters or armored vehicles, and drop them right where they're needed.
But its real superpower isn't just its size, it's how flexible this thing is. It's got these powerful turboprop engines, so it can fly high and fast like a jet, but it can also slow right down to a crawl to drop paratroopers. It can land on short, rough, unpaved runways in the middle of nowhere. Oh, and it can also refuel other planes midair. It's like the Swiss Army knife of the sky.
All right, so we've looked at 5 absolute icons of the sky. What have we learned? What actually makes an aircraft ultimate? Let's wrap this all up.
Well, it's pretty clear there's no single simple answer, is there? Ultimate can be the bleeding-edge tech of the F-35 or the raw agility of the MiG-29. It could be the game-changing innovation of the MiG-15, the incredible endurance of the B-52, or the do-anything versatility of the A400M.
At the end of the day, each one of these machines is a legend for the same reason. It perfected a certain path to dominance. They were the perfect solution to the problems of their time. And like we said at the beginning, they didn't just meet the standard, they set it.
And you know, today's battlefield is changing faster than ever, with stealth, AI, and even drones. So it leaves you with a final thought, doesn't it? The next legend of the sky, will it be a product of brains, brawn, or something else entirely that we can't even imagine yet?